Hey guys, it's Trekyards, and he's Commander Cockins.
He is Captain Foley.
I am. And today I'm kind of excited about today. We're talking about a new Romulan ship, but not new. But it's new to a lot of you probably. And it's worth looking at because it's an interesting design. So, yeah, we're going to look at a new ship with a Romulan Rapier.
Now let me take you back, Stuart, to the time of 2006. Actually, quite a while ago. This ship is from 2006. Now, you might ask, what movie, TV show came out in 2006? There was literally nothing happening, really. Especially not post-TNG. Well, no! The 40th anniversary video game Star Trek Legacy was released. And this is a game model from that. Now, if you played Legacy at the time, you'd be lucky to get full HD because PC tech was lower. So you only ever saw this thing not very big on your screen, not very highly whatevered. This is a far nicer thing that I've done. I've converted them, I've enhanced them a bit, I've lit them better. So holds up pretty well considering this is a 17-year-old mesh. Wouldn't say it was a hero model, but good job for them for making, I think, a pretty nice looking ship back then in a way this is not meant to be seen. So we're going to look at it, dissect it, analyse it, and make us all sit and appreciate something you probably blew up in 2006.
Yeah, and if you didn't get a chance to play that game, it is pretty fun, especially with the mods done to it.
Only with the mods.
It's got
Mods.
it's got all the original captain's voices, and it's just an interesting game. So if you haven't heard of it, you might want to check it out.
So, Stuart, the Romulan ship, what do you think? It was probably the first time you've seen this. You did fight it back in the day, but you haven't thought about it in 18 years. So,
this is one I really like. It ties in the Deridex aesthetic, but also with if you go with FASA logic, the older FASA kind of designs, and it's a nice smaller class ship down, like a step down from the Deridex, or an Evolution 2, because you got the curved wings, right? And you just put the other things on the bottom, and you got a Deridex, so it's like a evolutionary step almost. I think it's a cool little design.
Yeah, I think this has a ton of personality, which it's still incredibly familiarly Romulan, and I probably would have changed, the head a bit more than like 10%. It does give you that confusion of which era is it really meant to be, because the nacelles are a bit more blocky and the wings are a bit more whatever, and the is it a late TNG? Now, so irrespective of when the game sets it, because it's such a broad thing, just from design point of view, I don't know which to think. It could be this very small, well, not very small, but quite small for Romulan scale TNG, mid cruise or whatever, or it could be, as you said, Evolution 2. I don't know. The head is too similar to Deridex to kind of point me in one or two directions.
It's different enough from the Deridex as far as the head, because there's no windows on this compared to the Deridex.
Well, I mean, you can see them. They're just not lit.
They're there, but I mean, the Deridex has them all on the side as well, like much bigger, more rows. This has like greeblies on the side, right? So,
I mean, but it's still 8 or 9 decks, secondary hulls. So it's not small.
And I gotta say too, I also love the placement of the nacelles on this thing. It's just the Deridex slid them down to the end of the wingtips. But I love that they put them there, and that's what I mean. This is very FASA like the Storm, like some of the FASA Romulan ships had the nacelles there, so that's nice.
Yeah, I prefer them there in this orientation than will be at the end of the wings that feel too Klingon. I also love the two, I'm guessing, torpedo placements on either side, the green in those grills, we know we're going to dedicate some weapon space to these things. We're going to do some damage. I like that a lot, actually. The next view is the back, which again I think looks rather nice. Not really any Deridex vibes wing-wise. It's all very its own thing, which I like. Obviously, just a physical detail. There ain't any because it's a low poly game model, but texturally I think they do a really good job of having actually quite a good amount of things going on, really.
Yeah, like the way you brought these kind of to life from the older files is really kind of cool. So, kudos to you for that. This looks fantastic.
The scale, obviously, again, is odd. There is nothing going on at the top in terms of weapons or escape pods, or it feels much more classic TOS-y, and it's just hull with the bottom being the functional space, as it were.
Or even shuttle bays. Like, it doesn't really appear like there's many places where you could have a shuttle bay. You'd think the things on top could be, but it's hard to tell.
It is. Next shot, though, is what a fun, aggressive view. That looks like a sweeping Predator in motion. That's great.
Yeah, funny you said in motion, because I was just going to say this would be cool in motion as you were saying that. Yeah, there's a lot of potential with this one. It doesn't look like a huge ship, like you said, because of the window scale and you can see the decks, really. But I like that. I like that it's a smaller one. And
Well, it looks fast.
Yeah.
Looks flowing.
It does.
Although,
Fast and aggressive.
Although, of course, you've got the secondary hull line of windows, which are significantly bigger than the other ones. If you're going to be generous, they're the Arboretum-y, big ass dining room windows. They want to have some fun. But that said, staring right down in a glowing facade is not the best view.
I should turn on the window filter.
Gotta do it. But I do like the bottom shapes. It's not flat. It's got some texture. It's got some vibe. I like having... It's very Voyager-esque in that some areas have greeblies, some are very clean. It makes a logical statement to me, like, that is where we have to have the excess stuff. The rest of it can be militaristic and come together.
And the next shot is great because you can see the front of the nacelles are very Derridex-like, but the back tapers and is angled differently. It's so much nicer. Great. And I think I found the shuttle bays. Looks like there's 2 doors at the back. They're right in the middle. So.
I didn't know this thing had. A lot of impulse engines. This thing is fast. And I do like those engines, They're the Derridex-ish front, and then they become more like a refit, more like a whatever. It's really simple to do as a change, but it gives it a nice feel. Yeah, from the bottom, this thing's excellent. And even having like the chunk off the nacelle, someone just had that idea, did it, looks great. Well done, yeah.
That's worth pointing out too. There's windows on the back of the head of the Derridex, like looking backwards and to the sides, which I didn't notice before, which might screw up the deck scaling based on the secondary hull lights, but it's a nice touch. I can just imagine looking at the back and seeing like the bottom of the ship, and then like space and stars like streaking backwards. Right?
That'd look nice. Yeah, that's probably where the Praetor's quarters are. The higher ups' quarters are, and maybe a secondary shuttle bay in the head. I mean, if scaling is correct, that's like a four deck. Would that make any sense structurally? Would that be important in any meaningful way?
It's easier for the officers in the command area to get to them faster. Which makes sense, right? So,
orthographic times, Joe, which changes the perspective even more. This makes me think of the Moon Knight symbol.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a crescent moon. Yeah. It's great though. I really like the looks of this thing.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice top view. It's both the geometric shapes of a classic Romulan ship with the smooth curved, like, even if some areas are more angular because of the polygons, I see what they're trying to do in terms of the curve. So this is really nice actually.
Mm-hmm. I know you're gonna hate this, but looking at this thing, I think, gee, the Klingon bird of prey fits right into this fleet aesthetic. Those wings, the color. Anyway, moving on. I know your thoughts on that. So,
although this would be interesting if you added the shoulder blades of the Klingon bird of prey, you could make a hybrid of this and make it. There's a core of this that they both share, but you could make a Klingon version of this where they sold it to some Klingons and they made their own, Stormbird, Romulan, Rapier, and just do that. I think you could probably do that with this. But yeah, such a nice top view. I really do like that.
Now the side view is interesting because this is where it says the Derridex quite a bit to me, just because of the head particularly. But it's different enough though from the Derridex. I love that the nacelles stick out the back. The front and the back views are incredibly FASA. I gotta say, and I love it. I just absolutely love it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the FASA Romulans designs, look them up. There's some really good ones.
What an interesting choice to have the tips of the wings at the front do a different curve, just to give a certain flow that I didn't notice, but I'm sure my brain did somewhere. That's a deliberate choice. Although you can see the window scaling here is somewhat broken, given now you can see sets of windows. Now that said, they could just be porthole windows in the head and larger bay windows, because Voyager has 2 sets of windows. It's totally doable. Now I've not done any scale charts for these because hell knows what the scales are. Right, that's going to be up to. For none of these videos on Legacy, I don't know. We're not even going to try. We can guess. We can whatever. Maybe someone will build a high poly version of this. I think it kind of would be a cool one to do a version of, and then work out a scale and do it follow up. But I'm really impressed with this. This is one of my favorite ones of the batch that we've prepped. There's more going on than I know. What are these grills at the front and back? What do they do? What are the line bits? There's extra something into this design that tells me design. Beyond just we put some shapes together,
And this last shot, which is the first shot again, I just love that angle. That 3/4 view just looks fantastic. Definitely, it could just fit right into the TNG Romulan fleet aesthetic, or like I said, it could be an evolution going up to the Decks. But
the gen before.
Yeah, but it seems like a much smaller ship. Yeah, this was awesome to take a look at.
Or definitely a lost era ship if you wanted to say they didn't change the head much between eras. It would be well placed there. Very nice. That would
be perfect, actually. Yeah, I could see this going head to head against an Ambassador class.
Or trying to, at least, because it's not that big.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, if you liked the video, please hit that like button. Comment down below what you thought about the ship design. Do you remember playing Star Trek Legacy? If so, let us know your thoughts down below. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, select it to all, so you don't miss any content from us. We got more ships coming all the time.
And if you want to support what we do here, there are some really, really easy and efficient ways. Like and subscribing, all free stuff, of course. But Patreon is a monthly service. It really does let us keep doing what we do here. If you don't like the Patreon website, then you can do the same thing on YouTube. Click the join button. It is monthly, and it absolutely, as packlids we are, makes us go. Or super chat during any of our lives, any amount for any part of the conversation, for any of your figurative 2 cents to put in with, say, $5. Helps make the lives what they are. Or PayPal, trekyards@hotmail.com. Or super thanks on this video if you enjoyed this. Or if you design this ship, hey, let us know in the comments and we'll bring you on the show. Let us know.
That's right. So until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Foley. Bye, guys.
Romulan true, everybody.